preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud? I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So I took matters into my own hands.
At no charge. You damned idealists, ruining the market for us.
Yes, carrying straight on from the previous episode with this horrible attack that's happened to Priscilla. And we're with Joachim von Gratz, who we found at the hospital, who was aiding Priscilla. Now we can actually hear something in the background. And because we're in the sewers, we know exactly what that's going to be. Steel weapon's actually been damaged. Ooh, 47% as well. Let's get one of our journeyman repair kits. How's our silver sword doing? 64. We could do with chucking one on that as well. While we're here, we may as well get some of our decent potions and bombs out at the ready. Right, what we fancy our dancing star. Northern Wind's not going to be very useful against what we're fighting. Let's bring some Thunderbolt back into the action.
Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Oh yeah, we got something around this corner. Now, Joaquin, would you like to loot all this stuff with me? At least I have to jump up to get it all. No? Good. All the more for me then. Let's get his crossbow ready.
Excellent fool!
Looks like you could have done with a bit of help there, Joaquin. Oh god, what? I'm expecting that. I thought it was just going to be another standard drowner or drown dead. Burn. Stop hitting me with that shit.
Come on!
Takes out her. There's plenty more where they came from. Get some exploding bolts out actually. Well, that was terrible. I've never tried that one before, that sounds pretty decent. Oh, that one doesn't give a shit though, does he?
Blast it. I kill one, another takes its place.
I know how you feel, believe me. Where to now? Up?
Yes, it's not far now.
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
Yeah, so they made an incision on her larynx, didn't they? That's what Joaquin told us. So hopefully she'll be able to heal from it. At least from what he's telling us there, apparently she may not even get a voice back, which, yeah, to someone like her, it's the world to her. She's not tracking the right quest here, are we? Here we are, Carnal sins.
Take the ladder.
Go through the sewers to get to the mortuary.
This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Oh god. Yeah, we don't want to be disturbed with what we're getting up to. I'll take my opportunity. I don't think I'll be getting back in here somehow if I don't take my chance now, so I'm going to grab everything like I always do, I suppose. I probably shouldn't go through those doors. No, I'm coming back in. Thank you. Find the dwarven woodcarver's body. Now that ain't a dwarf, and neither's that.
Human. Wrong body type.
Oh, the dwarf must be the other victim then, I assume. Makes sense. Witch on that. See, I'm not too sorry to see a body of one of these wash up.
Looks like necrophage has got to this one. Let's keep looking.
Not a witcher? Not what I did to 3 or 4 of them in the last episode when I fought them in Novigrad. High level those as well. There's plenty more bodies in there, isn't there? So much alcohol. I like this. Is that him?
This isn't it.
No. Whoa. Oh. God dang. I thought that was going to be something good. Quite a nice amount of recipes and ingredients in here, though, I must say. Monstrum or a Portrayal of Witches, first volume. With essence, another body. It's not that one.
Human. Wrong body type.
Have I... No, I'm not overburdened. Just double checking how close I was. It's in this room, isn't it? So, aha, that's the one. Trail of the Elder Races. Or is it? That's a dwarf as well. These are all dwarves. This is interesting. Alright, we'll start off with this fellow then on the end.
That's gotta be him.
But this one's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
Oh.
A dwarf, but the hands. Not a carpenter's. A banker's, more likely.
There's one last choice.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Go from top to bottom, I guess.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt. Like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Oh, that's not pretty. Not a good way to go.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel?
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Okay, let's move down onto the torso.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded. Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him. See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard, right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
And a different sense of humor. His genitals, we ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
All right. Think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
This was ritual murder, punishment, mad rather than... No, we'll share. I mean, it could be either one or two, I think. I'm not going to choose murder as mad, even though it probably is true. I think it's a ritual.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be, scalding liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted, drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Interesting.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, your reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Why'd you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Yeah, there seems to be some bad blood through the years there.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
Nathaniel Pastodi. Hubert Reich. Yeah, it's definitely got some work to do. So we've got to investigate the alley where Priscilla was attacked, examine the place where the woodcarver died, and find Eustace, the corpse collector. Yes, it is very interesting. So where should we start? You can begin to see the dynamic beard growth. Getting close to it right now.
The second sword,
right.
is it in case the first one rings? Smart.
You're not the first one to ask that. Right, let's go to the alley where Priscilla was attacked first, since it's pointing us in that direction.
Life, you gotta take risks and not get fat.
Maybe not, there's one right here.
What happened here?
Monsters must have run him down. There's swarms in the city now.
She waved to me.
Let's stay out.
My god, so much conversation going on.
King of beggars. You get no mercy no matter who.
Oh, he's there. Sorry, I didn't notice.
What will become of us under Radovid?
Nothing good.
Hide the wenches. Witches coming.
You, Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye.
How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue?
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember. No ice, no heart, one of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
Charming. Collected the bodies with those injuries.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid.
Agreed.
You search Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
What was in this book? Yeah. I'm not going to give him money.
Talk. What did you find on him?
I had you wish. Triflings, baubles, gloss-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment, that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
No.
Oi, fucking hell! What was that for?
For everything.
Tis a dog's life.
You deserve more than that, prick. Right. That's closer. There's woodcutters closer.
That'll shows.
Did that guy give us a letter then, or? And I said that obviously the writing was on human skin,
Final fire.
which we seem to have learned. And I don't think I picked anything up.
Which,
I was fluffing about minding my own business when suddenly up he pops and heals me.
So wait, can we get through this now?
Anyone home?
Begone, or I'll set me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on in. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
Charming as beasts go.
You daft? Even I'm scared of them. But better barking dog than an evil man at your door.
Got someone particular in mind?
Sure as shite. Bugger who did Fabian in. As soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I ran to a mate who raises fighting dogs. Bought these 2 mutts. Cost me a chunk of change. But I sleep sound at least.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family, or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
It was like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss and burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleeding orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. They're killing up some awful.
Yeah, feel for you, buddy.
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
'Twas Fabian who threatened this one last. Oh, you were a good dwarf, craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag," and other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
City cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. And Pont said a fever took her.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Fine, we've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Thanks for the warning.
Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Someone dragged something across the floor. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly. Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
Let's see what's in here. Ooh, emerald dust. Nice. Oh, hello. We have a letter. Concerned Citizens Sermon. Remember, good people, that fire can be both a blessing and a curse. Fire can warm with its flames. Fire can prepare our nourishment. Fire can drive off the horrors of the dark. Yet fire can also scorch, burn, and incinerate. This is why we must live in harmony with eternal fire and its commandments. Whoever fails to heed its lessons, whoever lives in ignorance of it, whomever mocks it, the same shall lose his life in its flames. Take my counsel to heart, good people, or you will reap the consequences of your deeds. Concerned Citizen. Now, who the hell left that? Okay, let's not anger the dogs. They're pretty big, those hunting hounds, I must say. Okay, looks like we're not living. Okay, so something was dragged off in this direction.
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
Oh, got a scent as well.
More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood, left a few stains behind.
Something on the side of the table.
Eyes, humanoid, completely rotten.
Oh, didn't know it was that. Jesus. That's not pretty.
Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked. Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it. Nothing interesting here.
Damn, I thought we might have had a scent. So we've got some information to take back if we do speak to Hakim again. Nice runestone. Right, that's 2 of 3 down, so last up is to go to the alleyway where Priscilla was attacked.
Help the poor bloke out. Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Okay. I guess I'm not checking this out.
Look at that, just look.
The coroner's a bit away. Do you know what? No, we're going to check this out still. Investigate this alleyway.
Got a problem?
The coroner can wait.
Hey, handsome.
Whistling Wendy. Was she in The Witcher 2? I should recall that name.
A brazier. This time of year? Man's footprint. The murderer's maybe. Weight on his heel.
Grab him!
Sis,
Took a step back.
that him.
How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
What?
Any last words?
You be serious?
Kill the
Why are all these attacking me? Whistling Wendy was actually setting me up. Ow, good shot. She's laid a trap for me for these three guys to ambush me.
I got you clean, you lass.
Can't believe that. Wench, she'll have some explaining to do once I dispatch these. If I can ever get past these godlike defences, mind you. Hellfire.
That's it, you're in for it.
Right, we hurt that one pretty bad. So I'll watch out for the side swipes that they try to hit me with. Like that, for example. Right in the noggin. Right, there we go. Counter all three. Not trying to cheap shot me, boy.
Let's end this.
We've nearly got all three of them down at the same time here. There's one.
That's it, you're in for it.
Another. And the last.
Think you'll get me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
Well, you could have just asked before trying to, you know, beat me up. I mean, getting three poor talismen to attack a witcher is a pretty shoddy plan, Wendy. But, and now look at you change your tone now.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see. Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
Oh, my head's ringing.
Right. Now can I investigate freely without being mugged? Or attempted to be mugged?
Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way. Human. Priscilla's? ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
But there is a letter on it. Another one. Is it the same letter? Remember, good people cast out eternal darkness unworthy. No, it's a different one. Remember, good people, the light cast by the fire dispels every darkness, reveals each lie, exposes every unworthy and debauched soul. Not even shape-shifting Dopplers can hide from its light. Not even witches and sorceresses, so adept at fooling the common folk. Not the loose women who walk the street and fog men's minds with their charms. Abandon then the treacherous and immoral magic arcane. Cover your bodies in modesty and provoke no unclean thoughts, and the eternal fire will expose for you all monsters and sinners, or else burn you too in its flames. Who the hell is writing these letters? Don't even know if it's got anything to do with the murders. I'd assume so, but how they are devoted. Could be an accomplice writing these notes or something. Perhaps, we just don't know yet. I guess we're going back to the coroner. At least we've learned a considerable bit more. We've spoken to Gus, who was Fabian's brother, the dwarf that was killed. We've checked out the corner or alleyway where Priscilla was attacked. I'm going the wrong way. And we've spoken to the corpse collector. Haven't deduced anything concrete, but we do have some rough ideas. Everybody's so charming today, aren't they? It's up this way, I think. That was a bit creepy.
Non-human,
Hey, let him get in. Doors are wide open.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Thank you. This feels a little bit odd, though, I must say. People aren't normally so willing to let me into their establishments. I know this is, well, a coroner, but still. Oh. It's Hubert. I thought it was going to be Von Gratz.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter, and I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
You and Von Gratz don't get along. Why? Who's the victim? I thought it was going to be Von Gratz who I was talking to.
By the way, you and Von Gratz don't exactly get along. Why is that?
I had him sent to prison. You see, Joachim led the student protests in 1242, a senseless and brutal revolt. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision. Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
Look a little young to be Von Gratz's teacher. He is right. Shows lesser evil, not easy.
How old's Von Gratz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life. Amusing, is it not?
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad. Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone, because I had forgotten to lock the storeroom. Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, we can agree with that one, I think.
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? A parchment. Made of human skin.
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Oh, shit. Christ, we're going to the Vegelbud residence quite a lot, aren't we? So, Joris Aquinas. Oh, it is the same person. Must be. He's writing all these letters.
Till next time, Master.
Christ, we've got quite a bit of a travel to get to the Vegelbud residence, haven't we, again? Let's have a look. Already we've come quite a bit in this quest. Telling this story, my dear reader, will tax me greatly. It is a dark and sombre one, encompassing the greatest sorrow my heart has ever known. It all started the day of the grand opening of my cabaret. Everything had been spit-polished to perfection. All that was left was to wait for Priscilla, whose performance was to be the crowning moment of this glorious evening. Yet, when the doors of the Chameleon burst open, it was not she who stepped inside. Instead, it was a messenger from the Vilmurius Hospital, his face pale and his countenance dour. He informed us Priscilla had been badly wounded in an assault and was currently tottering on the brink of death. Of course, the quest is read from the perspective of our dear bard, who is grief-stricken at this time, quite understandably.
Well, well, another freak.
That guy's going to be grief-stricken in a second if he continues to bash me like that. Oh, bloody hell, right, we're going to have another trip to the Vegelbuds. We were just there at the races as well in the last episode.
Why is your hair so grey, darling?
Right, we must make haste. The killer could be on the way to Patricia's place as we speak, so let's make a move. Nearly there. Estate should be in sight any moment now. And it's not exactly going to be easy to find the killer in a home like this. It's not like we can check all the rooms in a moment or two.
Come on now.
Oh, I hope we're not too late. So why did your estate have to be so big? Fucking insanely rich people. It's forever to get around the place, and in a situation like this, it's not a good situation to be in. Can I actually get through? Damn it! I'm gonna have to convince you guys now, aren't I?
What do you want?
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, we'll throw my arse out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
Oh, Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now, I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
No time to explain a murderer's map. Patricia's next. Right.
I'm hunting a serial killer, and I've got reason to believe your mother will be his next victim.
Why, even if it's true, our gods.
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims, cuts out their hearts. So let's see how she is, just in case.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious. Please, follow me.
Thank you.
A fire fit for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seemed sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith. A rather serious one. We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, uttered not a word on our way home. She had all the holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Yes, we do. At least I just thought I'd best explain it to her, otherwise she might hold me up even longer, so I'll sod it.
Hear that? Calm and quiet. All seems to be in order.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
Oh! He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Holy shit.
You sweat like a swine in that jacket.
There he is.
Spread out! Murderer's still here!
Yep, come on, let's get him. He's knocked out one of the guards. Eh? What? Why are the other guards going after me? I'm the one actually chasing the culprit. Bloody help, don't hinder. Oh, for Christ's sake. They have just royally screwed this up.
Halt! For I put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery, taking you to the heiress.
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once! Mother! Why did he do this to her? Why?
I might have... yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire. Only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body. A note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
Bruises, broken fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, not just the name but the place too. Won't get away this time.
No, he will not. But alas, we were too late. Stay outside, Ingrid. You don't need to see this.
Same wounds as the previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's, fast.
It's another sermon. Remember, good people, that the fire devours everything in its path, sparing no one and stopping for nothing. The fire burns all sinners alike, be they paupers or princes, men or non-humans, weak or powerful. Whomever breaks its commandments, whoever does not heed the church's counsel, whoever worships false gods, the same shall be turned to ash in its flame. Live then in the truth of the eternal fire. Listen to its holy men, for they are your shepherd. See, this is the reason why I don't like the eternal fire. Well, one of 500,000 reasons. Just, ugh. The nut jobs. Right, No time for looting. Not even now, so we just need to get to Crippled Kate as soon as possible. I break my own rule of looting everything as possible, so that's where we did the Gwent tournament. Feels like an age ago, even though it's probably not even past 10 episodes. It was a good evening, that was. Certainly this visit has not proven to be as pleasant as the last. We didn't go inside the residence in the last episode, we went that way and succeeded in winning at the races, beating Luke Vegelbud, wasn't it? I wrote she's waiting for me. Thankfully. We do not have much time. The killer, as Geralt said, is growing bolder, so we need to make our way back to Novigrad post-haste.
Duty calls. Temple guard let even you into the city.
The hell? You gotta be kidding me. I've literally just ran in through the city doors and there's this sermon on the ground. Remember, dear people, that the fire once lit cannot be stopped, that it consumes everything in its path and only ceases to rage once all has been turned to ash. Men cannot flee this element, and if they bow before it, if they let it into their hearts, they too turn to ash. Search then your consciences and live in accordance with the Church's dictates before the time of penance has passed. That's just completely by chance I've come across that sermon.
I'm dying.
I'm sort of getting a feeling I'm being watched, because there's no way that that's just coincidence. Really need to make a move. God damn it. Don't have time for this. Kill these, loot up, and leave. They'd have been bothering all the people on the streets otherwise, I probably should. Yeah, right, 2 seconds. Quick and easy. Crippled Kits is very close. Just need to loop around the ends, just at the tip of the harbour. Oh, I hope we're not too late. Here it is. Another sermon? No.
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
Nah, it's not good.
Beg your
Move out the way! Get out the fucking way, man! Where the fuck is she? Oh. Kids, right. Up. Yes, up. Right, she's got to be in here.
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
You, though? Whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet again you disturb me, and I so dislike being disturbed. I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
Really?
What, no foreplay? No formaldehyde? Coals in my eye sockets?
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Watch your tongue or you'll lose it.
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to Crippled Kate's. To Sweet Nettie. If you didn't leave it, who did?
I don't know, but I see we must talk. Calmly.
Who knew you'd be here?
Strangely enough, I don't announce these outings far and wide. There's but one man who... That's impossible. He treats even corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner. Said you were busy, that you wouldn't visit the morgue. Gotta go after him.
Go. But to Warehouse 12 at the docks. He's there this time of day, procuring supplies. Formaldehyde. I shall stay here. I've unfinished business with sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
Yeah, not a chance.
You'll untie her, drop your coin pouch on the table, then leave here and never come back.
Yes, I will.
Good boy.
Sick and twisted son of a bitch. Can we not, like, untie her? Do you want to get out of here then? It's not like just stare. Come on, you've been axed. Hop to it. No, he's not moving. So I guess we could have got into a fight with him then and accused him. But if we didn't speak with him, we might have not come to an assumption that it isn't actually him as the killer. Someone's obviously tried to set him up.
So is that a witch murdering?
So I'll go to the warehouse near the port. Can I speak to Von Gratz? I've not seen him in a little while. Or is he going to be one of the coroners here? Doubt it. So near the port. It's getting close to evening time now.
Washed your hair lately?
Boring as. Wouldn't know where my parrot is, would ya?
Sorry, no parrots that I've seen.
What do I gotta do?
It says the warehouse near the port. This is it.
Oh my god. A Reaper's come for me.
This one?
Run out of formaldehyde.
I underestimated you. You almost caught me in flagrante delicto. Now you've seen through my bluff with Nathaniel. Although, you've not divined all, I see. Had you, you would have drawn your silver sword.
Who, what are you?
A vampire. Higher, of course.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a feeling, especially when the crime scene of the dwarf, the blood was gone, and we were talking about the age of him not aging. He was, of course, the teacher of Von Gratz, who looks way older than he does. And even Von Gratz made a little sly comment, sort of indicating that this could be the possibility. Did he even have a motive?
Got a reason for killing? A reason to torture?
I thought you'd figure that out as well. The symbolism's rather obvious. Coals for those who are blind to the fire. The egg of a salamander born of fire to replace their cold, doubting hearts. Fire down the throat that...
Yeah, symbolism's clear. What's not is why a vampire would kill in the name of the eternal fire.
Should be equally obvious. I concur with the Church's diagnosis. Novigrad is a fallen city. Its population amnesiacs to the very concepts of decency and morality. So I decided to remind them, in a manner they'd be certain to notice.
You got that right. You're out of your fucking mind, twisted logic.
Tortured logic.
Yet logic, nonetheless. I'm glad you perceived that, at least. Fight fire with fire, as they say. Give a thought to my victims. A lecherous woodcarver who'd spend his last copper on whores. An old countess who defiled symbols of the faith. A Trebirates for whom nothing was sacred, nothing above ridicule. They did not deserve to live. But their deaths could be a lesson to others. Awaken them, scare them onto the correct path, the path to the fire, to cleansing, to salvation. For you, I'm afraid it's too late. You are a man of little faith. I sense this.
Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty good with a sword.
Pretty good. Might not cut it.
Oh god. Oh, holy shit. Yeah, right, okay. We need to prepare for this. Vampire oil, silver sword, moon dust, keep dancing star, I think. What we're gonna go with. I think I might need my white rabbits for this, just in case. Oh shit. Our moon dust at the ready. Oh, we got him. Ow. Jesus, quick. Never thought of a higher vampire here. Christ, he's so quick. We didn't like that, that was a good hit. Yours will be useful here, slow him down a little, especially with that jump attack. He's burning. Oh, we got him! Oh. The Igni sign finished him off. Just. Christ, he did a lot of damage. That higher vampire has been around for a long, long time. I've got Catacomb Mutagen, Diagdeath, Rubido. I have a feeling there's going to be quite a lot to get in this warehouse, but what a development. I assume we could have thought that Nathaniel was the actual culprit and the murderer, because we had the opportunity to kill him, or at least fight him, and I assumed that would have stopped us being put on the trail of the true killer. Just goes to show what happens if you do take rationality and thought into a process. We've got something to loot over here that's... Oh, it's going to be another sermon, isn't it? I think we might have read this one. Search on your consciousness, limited with your search. Yeah, we've read that one. Guess that's what the next sort of letter he's going to be using. Oh, there's a lot in this place. Right, give me a couple of moments. I'm just going to loot up this entire warehouse, although I'm fairly certain there is it's there. Yeah, there's a secret chest in this place that you can only be reached from here. Because you have to jump on top of here, and then jump across to get to it. Long claw. Jon Snow's weapon, eh? How about that? Right, that's it. Yeah, that's an interesting one just to point out, so do grab that if you do come in this warehouse. Right, a couple of moments, I'm just going to loot up everything. This is the last place to loot. I've just been up the other side. I picked up a couple of recipes actually for other bits and pieces, armour, etc. But I think this is just, yeah, more alcohol. Well, I'm fairly certain I've got enough alcohol to last me till the end of the game now. You see just up there. Oh, that's the chest that I looted, the hidden chest. Missed a couple. And up there, sort of coming down from the ceiling, you can see some contraptions up there, alcohol, and there's a couple of chests, so do extensively check out this warehouse before leaving. Don't want to miss a good couple of chests. Dead of night. Can I get away with it? Be a bit gutting, wouldn't it, if I got accused of robbing at this time of night after just defeating a higher vampire at the Novigrad dock. So, if anything, the guards should be saying, yo, look, like, run free, loot everything at your whim. Highly doubt it though. You know what they're like. Give them a slight love tap when they're on your ass. Okay, so talk to Dandelion about Priscilla's condition. At least he's going to be pleased that we found the culprit that did that to Priscilla. It's really interesting though about, obviously we could have jumped the gun with Nathaniel and thought it was him, and if we did, we'll assume that Hubert was able to just go about his free and continue his murder and his mindless devotion to the eternal fire. Oh, Christ, they can even get higher vampires to join the cause. And I suppose that is something to commend them with, that they can get a higher vampire to join them. Ugh. Never cease to be reasons for me disliking the eternal fire.
Eternal fire protects us. Gives monsters the shits.
Chameleon just over there. I was going to call it the Rosemary in Time then. Of course, Dandelion's renamed his new establishment to the Chameleon. Quite fitting as well. And we'll assume Dandelion's back at the hospital to take care of Priscilla. The most obvious place for him, and I think this is the direction we're going in. That we're going to the morgue.
What was it happened to Foltest again?
Foltest was killed by Letho Gullet, and I was falsely accused, thrown into prison by Vernon Roach. Spent the whole of Witch 2 Assassins of Kings redeeming myself. There's another fucking sermon on the floor which I'll pick up, I've already read. And at the end of the game, we get a choice whether or not to kill Letho or let him go. And my option that I chose, I let him go. Can fight him and kill him, but if not, you know, we wouldn't have had that little cameo of him earlier on. Ghosts of the Past, I think it was called. Oi. What the fuck is Horse and Henchman doing outside? Medics. Oh, medics in here.
If you were an ordinary man, I'd diagnose anemia. But you are far from ordinary. You're a witcher.
Well put. Well noticed. Not blindingly obvious, is it? Celandine. The Elder Blood. Interesting book. Oh, must be this one that Priscilla's in. Oh, he is here. Joaquin.
How's?
Better, right?
Yes.
Did you take care of what I asked?
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. From me and Priscilla.
No need, you'll know I've done my part. Now you need to take care of her.
Did my part. Your turn now. Take care of her. Good care.
I will. You'll see. Treat her better than the Dryads of Broccolon could.
She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe she might even sing again someday. For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calinetta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Good luck, Dandelion. On stage and off.
Good luck, Dandelion. So take good care of her. I wonder if we can actually speak to Priscilla.
Sorry, Geralt. My throat's still quite...
Say no more. Get well soon.
Yeah, we're not gonna press her anymore. But we do need to speak to you, Mr. von Gratz.
Yes, Geralt?
Found and killed the murderer. It was Hubert. You were right not to trust him. He was a higher vampire.
I thought nothing could surprise me in Novigrad. Seems I was wrong. Deeply wrong. Thank you, Geralt. Were it not for you, this would never have ceased.
I'll agree to that one, and because he tried to put Nathaniel as his scapegoat. Thankfully we saw through it.
Hubert told me about your past, even more vivid than I'd assumed.
I've not time for riddles, Geralt. Be straight or be gone.
Any truth to his claim that people died during the riots at the university? Died for your cause?
I was young and stupid. I thought a better future was worth any price. Even a human life or two. But those are past sins. Sins I've atoned for.
Why is the university in Oxenford closed?
Because it suits Radovid. You've not heard the story? The rector wished to grant him an honorary doctorate. The faculty disagreed. Nonetheless, Radovid arrived for the ceremony, donned a gown, collected his diploma, and when it was over, imprisoned the deans and the entire academic senate so they wouldn't raise a stink. I've been at Vilmerius Hospital ever since. But perhaps it's for the best. I'm far more adept, scalpel in hand, than I ever was behind a lectern.
Well, sounds like Radovid, alright. Oh, yeah. Do you remember that name?
Know another surgeon from Oxenford Academy. Her name's Shani. Know her? Red hair, cropped short, freckles.
And a hopeless idealist. Naturally, I know her. She was my assistant for a year.
Any idea where she is now?
My gut tells me she's somewhere along the front, patching up pikemen. I told her it would be futile. In the time she saved 100 lives, another 1,000 would be lost. But medics with a mission, you can't argue with them.
No, you can't.
Farewell.
That's it. Yes, Joachim, at least we informed him about his coroner friend. Well, past friend, should we say. Hubert was a higher vampire all along. That'd be why he looks so young. Right. And you know, thinking about it, I think it's time that we're going to Skellige. Can't think of anything else that we need to do. We've wrapped up most of the loose ends and tied them up nicely. Yes, after 70 plus episodes, Yennefer, Ciri and Skellige, we're on our way.